but you do have $4,200 in risk if the market decides to drop 200 points, because that's where your put is at. That's where you stop losing at. So the most you can lose over the next week is $4,200. This is a long-term play, so you can continue to roll the position so you don't have to realize the loss if it drops that much. But that is the risk that you have on the table initially. Let's talk about the ES collar, you guys. So let's just say we're going to go out 7 days. You can go out 10 days, 14 days, whatever. I'm normally going out 7 to 10 days here. What I want you to understand, this futures contract is similar to having 100 shares. It's not exact, but you want to consider the futures contract basically like having 100 shares. If you had 100 shares, the deltas will equal 100. It's the same thing with this ES futures contract. Or if you were a micro futures contract, the futures contract is basically going to represent 100 deltas. When you are doing this collar strategy, you're going to be selling a call, and the call deltas are going to be negative. So if we sold a call delta, let's just say at 75, okay, that's in the money, obviously. And then I just say we bought a put, which is also going to be negative deltas. And I just say we bought that put at a 20 delta. It could be something less than that, but I'm just using that as an example. So in this case, we're still going to be positive 5 deltas because the futures contract is the meat of a collar strategy, just like shares are the meat of a collar strategy. So you are long shares when you're doing a collar, and when you're doing a collar on actual shares, and you're long deltas when you're doing a collar on the futures. So you want to understand the kind of setup of it for it. It's 3 parts. You have the shares, the call, and the put. And that's the same with if you're doing it on futures or if you're doing it on actual shares. Now, what we are trying to do with the ES collar is we're trying to ladder in to the trade so that we put on a trade that's bullish. And then if the market drops, we put on another bullish trade. And then if the market drops again, we put on another bullish trade. So we ladder in till we have 3 different contracts on. You can decide to never add another contract, but the concept that I'm showing you now is 3 different layers to it. So your first layer can be something that's in the money, at the money, or out of the money. Your collar on the call side, let's just say. It can be in the money, at the money, or out of the money. If it's in the money, I want to show you how this would look if it was in the money. When you are doing a collar strategy on options on futures, they're not going to show you the dynamics of the trade, meaning that how much you're going to receive, how much your risk, how much your max profit. They might show you some of those, but not all of those. So to make it equivalent to what the trade is going to be, you can do a put spread. The put spread risk dynamics is very, very similar to a collar. Before we continue with the video, I just want to quickly point out, if you need any additional help, please consider joining our trading club. You can do that by clicking on the link in the description area, and you'll get a 3-month trial for a flat fee of $60. We look forward to seeing you in the trading club. Back to the video. So in this example here, let's just say if we were going to do something in the money, and we were going to sell something 100 points in the money. So right now, this is trading at 74.18. So let's just say we decide to sell something at 73.15. And then we decide that we're going to buy the put 100 points lower. So that'd be the 72.15 right here. So if we want to understand how much we have at risk, we're going to have to move this over as a put spread. But right now, you can see that we can make $800 of extrinsic. The call extrinsic minus the put extrinsic equals a total of 800 here. It's jumping around. But if we want to see all the dynamics, we move this over as if it was a put spread. And so now you can see that this trade has a 75% chance of winning. It has about $800 that we can make, like we said. And then it has $4,200 at risk. And you're probably going to have to put up somewhere from $4,400 to $4,500, maybe $6,000 in buying power. It all depends on what you have on in your account. But in this example here, we're going to wind up with about 13 long deltas. So that means it's like we had 13 shares, as I said. So you're not super bullish, but you're bullish nevertheless, even though we're selling this call in the money. We're doing this trade with the futures contract, but to show the dynamics again, I'm moving this over to the put side. This is a high probability trade. You have darn near a 75% chance that you're going to make that $800, but you do have $4,200 in risk if the market decides to drop 200 points, because that's where your put is at. That's where you stop losing at. So the most you can lose over the next week is $4,200. This is a long-term play, so you can continue to roll the position so you don't have to realize the loss if it drops that much. But that is the risk that you have on the table initially. Now, what I've been saying is that, okay, it does drop and your put is in the money. Then that's when you can put on another collar strategy. That's when you can ladder in another one. And that's going to be about 2% down to 3%. You can wait anywhere between 2 and 3% to put on that next one. Because what you want to understand is the market doesn't go down a ton or often. I shouldn't say often. It only goes down about, on average, one time a year, 10% from its highs. It goes down about 5 to 6 years. It goes down 20% on average. So since 2008, it's been about 6 years between, or average of 6 years, of going down 20% from its highs. That's a bear market. 30%, it's only been down twice, 30% from its highs since 2008. You can count 2008 and you can count the COVID. So that's considered a crash, 30%. So being down 5% is a lot. Being down 10% is a lot. If we wait to 2 to 3% to put on the second contract, and let's say it's down 2%, and we decide to put on the second contract, well, the second contract, we can decide to do something in the money again, or we can decide to do something at the money, or we can decide to do something out of the money. If we decide to do something out of the money, let's say we decide to put that second contract at the 40, sell the call at the 40 delta and buy the put at the 30 delta. Something like this, at or near the 30 delta. Well, if we did this, we're going to get extrinsic of 400, but we're going to have the upside potential. So in this example, we have upside potential of $2,400, but we've opened up our risk for another $4,100 to the downside. So if it drops some more, we can potentially, minus the credits we received, we can potentially be down about 8K. Okay. If it drops some more from here, if we did this way, or we can decide to do something closer to at the money for that second trade. So let's say we did something like this, and then we brought the put in more. So let's say we brought the put in to something like this. Well, in this example, we're opening ourselves up for an additional, let's just say, $1,400 of risk, but we can make another $800 to $900 if it jumps up. We already showed the example of any money. You can do that as well. But that's obviously going to open you up for another $4,000 of risk potentially to the downside, but you're going to have a high probability you're going to win on it because then it has to drop another 100 points, okay? So, but if you're going to add that third one, what I'm saying, it should be down now another 7 to 10%. So the first time you put it on, nothing's down, right? It's just whatever the price is at that time equals the price, right? The second time you're putting it on the second contract, if you're going to do the second contract, it's going to be 2% to 3% down. The third contract, I'm saying just to let it play out so you can get the right setup, 7% to 10% down, correction territory. Most of the time, we're going to bounce back off the correction, just like we did, 2.5 months ago. We bounced off. We never technically hit 10%. We were almost down 10%, and then we bounced back significantly. This will allow you to better position yourself of going into this collar strategy without having to put it all on it initially, and it has to go up. Yes, if it goes up, you're going to make a lot more doing that way. But we want to think about what we can lose before where we can make. So we want to scale into this and get to our full position when it's down 7 to 10%, right? Giving you some discretion there. 2 to 3% is the second collar, 7 to 10% is the third collar. If you want to do a second or third, you never have to add a second or third. You can just stay with the one. That'll obviously always keep your risks in line. You can decide to scale that by how wide you put the collar. If you get more bullish with more deltas or less bullish with less deltas. But this is the kind of process of putting this on. Understanding there's 3 parts to it. Understanding that you can put the collar in the money. Understanding you can put the collar at the money, or understanding you can put the collar out of the money. And then understanding when you want to add more to it.